Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Robert Scott Perry. I'm talking to you from Portsmouth, Rhode Island. I would like to be your next U.S. Senator. I would like to defeat Jack Reed and become the U.S. Senator from the state of Rhode Island and represent the true meaning of the word freedom. We still have freedom. We still have the ability to talk to each other and to present our political ideas to each other unfiltered by the billions of dollars that have infiltrated the system. This may be our last chance, so I'm going to give it a shot. Here it is, October 1st. November 4th is the date of the election. We have this one more chance. I just spoke to the office of the Secretary of State, and they assured me that there would be a write-in spot for every candidacy on the ballot. That means that every member of the General Assembly can be replaced by a local individual who wants to investigate 38 studios. Where did our $75 million go? I have many other issues, but you folks have to consider this. You've been ripped off over and over again by the same people. The party doesn't matter. They are the same people. We need new people. We need young people, because I think we need to invest in you folks. I think you kids are worth investing in. I think we have intelligent children in this state. They've been educated well. They've been brought up with freedom. They were brought up at a time when they got to see the U.S. government, the federal government, screw everything up. They sent us to war for no reason in Iraq. Your friends, the people that went to school before you, and I'm speaking to the people who are voting this year, they died for nothing. Iraq was for nothing. Your friends were paraded around Iraq and blown to pieces for nothing. They're now your police officers and your other positions of in society that require that kind of training, and they have hair triggers. Why? Because we sent them to war for no reason, except because George Bush wanted to. He wanted to because Bush and Cheney and Rumsfeld planned before the year 2000 to invade the Middle East because they wanted to continue to destroy the earth by burning oil. All that is very simple. I don't have to explain it to you. You can explain it to me. The generation younger than me, I'm 53, I'm old. You know this is true. You know that oil is not working, and it doesn't work. You know that oil and coal and nuclear power and gas power, you know that these forms of producing electricity for the general use of society is wrong. And if we continue to do it, you will die. I will live. My generation will live. Jack Reed, who I'm trying to be, okay, my name is Robert Scott Perry. I'm a write-in candidate. I would like you to write my name in instead of a guy named John Reed, though everybody calls him Jack Reed, as U.S. Senator, because I want to become U.S. Senator. And I want to raise your minimum wage to $15 an hour so you'll have enough money to fight this fight, so you won't have to spend every second of every day just surviving. I would like a camera on every police officer so that your civil rights will be paid attention to for once. Okay, for the last 30 years they haven't been, but I think that we should pay attention to your civil rights, your right to protest what the government is doing. Because what the U.S. government has been doing since 20 years before the year 2000, and now 20 years nearly since then, they have ignored your civil rights. If you try to protest what the government is doing, whether you agree with me or not, they're going to spray pepper spray in your face. They're going to beat you with bats. They're going to lock you up. You don't have freedom of speech. You had it when I was born, but I'm speaking to you kids, the ones who I want to run. the ones between the ages of 20 and 40. You no longer have the right to freedom of speech. Your parents are too busy. They're trying to survive. You have to do this for them. They don't want you to lose your freedom of speech, your ability to protest the government, to redress your government for grievances that you have. They don't want you to, but they don't have time to deal with it. They're trying to stay alive. You, in case you haven't noticed, are generally sleeping on the couch because there are no jobs. And there are no jobs because what the companies have been allowed to do is increase productivity, which means you make 10, let's see, what do you call them in economic terms? You've been able to produce 10 things, okay, for the price of what it used to take to produce one thing. So now they can produce 1,000,000 things for what it used to take 1,000 things. So they can make millions of dollars off your ass. They are going to suck you dry. And the minimum wage is $7 an hour? What is this, some kind of joke? Okay. I want 75 Rhode Islanders to take over the General Assembly so that at least in one state we can raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. We can legalize marijuana so that half of you won't go to jail whenever they feel like arresting you. It's a stupid law. And we can tax it so we can balance the budget. We need to put cameras on every cop in the state of Rhode Island. Every single cop. All the time. So that they can't turn off the camera. The cars also have to have cameras, and they can't turn off those cameras either. This is Rhode Island. I talked to the Secretary of State's offices today, and they told me that you can have a write-in candidate for every candidacy. Get your names ready. Get yourselves together. It's October. It's time to do it. Take over the General Assembly. Take over the state of Rhode Island. My name is Robert Scott Perry. I'll be presenting my argument to be your senator. I hope that you'll be listening to me. We are the write-in party. We are the Rhode Islanders. It doesn't matter what party you think you were before. This is the party you have to be today. You have to be the stand up and write in your name today party. We need to be the Rhode Island party. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it, girls. It's 2014. It's October 1st. The Secretary of State told me today, his office told me today that there will be a write-in candidacy place for every single position. We need to take over the General Assembly. I hope also that we take over the State Senate. I personally want one seat. I want Jack Reed's Senate seat in Washington, D.C. And I will bring back to you a $15 minimum wage, cameras on every cop, all the time. We will legalize marijuana on a national basis and tax it so that we can balance the budget and be fair. And we'll do something else, which is raise the cap on Social Security. Something that might take me a minute to explain. But let's put it real simple. Wealthy people should not pay less to get the same benefit. And that's what's happening right now. You're getting screwed by the rich people. Rich people are sticking it to you. And by rich, I don't mean the people that make $100,000 or $200,000. I'm talking about $500,000, $1 million a year. They pay nothing into Social Security. They pay pennies. And yet, if they fall on their face, they get the same check you get. Is that fair? Is it fair that if you have a good lawyer, that camera on the cop doesn't matter because he finds a lawyer to talk him out of that camera? No. Cameras on every cop, legalize marijuana, $15 an hour minimum wage. Let's do it. Write-in candidates 2014. In the state of Rhode Island, every member of the General Assembly needs to be replaced, particularly those who will not investigate 38. 38 Studios is where they stole our $75 million. They stole it. We need to get it back. Let's get it. Let's do it. You're going to see me, unless they find a way to cut me off, and you know they're going to try. But this is it, 2014, October 1st. Let's take the state. Talk to you soon. And I hope you guys kill him.